Hey, what's up, guys? You're here with Goran from PickDawgz, and thank you for joining me for the slate of the MLS games that we have over the weekend. It's April 26th. The games are on the 27th as well. I believe 15 games that we have in this video. So get on board, guys. Get those free picks, put some bets in, and let's win some money. Now, let me start by saying that I do apologize for a bit of a delay. I had a busy Friday night. I just hadn't had the time to record this video, but I'm putting it up on Saturday morning. So there's still plenty of time for you to put some bets in and win some money on the MLS. I'll also have a bunch of premium picks. Already have a five pack on for Saturday. Should be a good and exciting day. A lot of great games to talk about. So let's get this show on the road, guys. The first game is between Cincinnati and Kansas. Now, this one is being played in Cincinnati, and they are now on a four-game winning streak. And even though Kansas has a few good games in their pockets over the last couple of weeks, I think that they deserve to be even bigger underdogs than they are in this game. So, to keep it simple, I'm taking Cincinnati on the money line at minus 161. I see on some books minus 130, minus 140. So, do your shopping, guys. Get the best possible price that you can. For our next game, we are going to go to Toronto, where they are hosting NYCFC. Now, Toronto finally got a win their last game. They were able to beat Salt Lake on the road 1-0, and they are now undefeated in their last four games. They have three draws, and they have that one win, and they're still actually winless at home. They have two draws and one loss, and I don't know. They were just unable to gain momentum this season. Now, luckily for them, NYC is not playing in good form right now. They've lost three of their last four games, and they actually haven't had that much luck when playing on the road against Toronto. I think that Toronto, after that win, I think that they're going to be playing pretty well. And I think it's time for their first home win of the season. So I'm going to take a bit of a gamble here, guys. I'm taking Toronto on the money line at plus 153. Philadelphia and DC United is the next matchup that we have. That's one of the early games on the schedule. And Philadelphia is sitting sixth right now in the MLS. DC United is fifth, but DC United has been doing one thing correctly this season, and that is scoring goals. Yes, they can keep a clean sheet. I mean, it's just so bad that they are so bad defensively. While Philadelphia actually has a couple of injuries and a suspended player, but they are still scoring a lot of goals, especially when playing at home. So both teams to score at over 2.5, minus 111. I'll go with that in this game. Now, New York Red Bulls are hosting Montreal, and Montreal still struggling a lot. Of course, playing like first five games, five, 6 games, not even, I mean, one, two, three, six, 7 games of the season they played on the road, which is definitely not an easy task. Then they had a couple of games at home. They got a draw, they lost one. But I don't know, New York Red Bulls, even though they're still undefeated at home this season, they are not playing all that well right now. I think that Montreal could potentially step it up in this game. I was looking at the draw outright, but I decided to give Montreal a chance here. So I'm taking Montreal on the double chance at minus 114. Orlando and Atlanta are two teams who are struggling right now when it comes to scoring goals. Orlando is on a three-game draw streak, and that's a 3-0 draws in a row. That's insane. Yes, keeping a clean sheet is good, but not scoring goals, I mean, that's just not great. And Atlanta on the other side, they lost their last two games in a row. They haven't scored a goal in those two games. So I feel like both teams should go all out in this game and try to get back on the winning track. So I don't know. This is just another game where I feel there could be some goals. So both teams to score in over 2.5 at minus 111. That's gonna be my pick for this one. San Diego is hosting Salt Lake, and even though San Diego is now on a two-game losing streak, they've cooled off since that outstanding start to the season. However, they're still winning games at home. The last two losses were on the road. One was against Colorado, one was against Charlotte. But when playing at home, they are undefeated still this season, and they have two wins, two draws, seven scored goals, only three conceded goals. While Salt Lake on the other side is not playing well on the road. They've conceded 9 goals in 4 games. That's an average of over two conceded goals per game. So the math is pretty simple for me here. I'm taking San Diego on the money line. The price is minus 143 at the moment. Charlotte is hosting New England, and this is another simple matchup for myself, at least in my mind. New England, yes, they won three of their last four games, but Charlotte is killing it right now. They're sitting second in the MLS. They have 5 wins out of their last 6 games. They have been perfect so far at home this season, and New England is just tiny bit worse on the road than they are playing at home this season. So I'm taking Charlotte on the money line, guys, at -133. Columbus and San Jose. Now, San Jose might not be a great team when it comes to winning points, as they have only one win in their last 6 games, but they're definitely very good at scoring goals, and they have been doing it consistently. They scored at least a goal in their last 6 games in a row. And Columbus, I don't know, they just don't seem like too stable of a team on that defensive end. So, another game where I'm going to go with goals, both teams to score in over 2.5 at -118. Nashville and Chicago is the next matchup that we have going on, guys. And Nashville, they are the favorites at home. They should be because Chicago, I mean, they haven't won any of their last 4 games, but it's not like Nashville has been a lot better. They lost 3 of their last 4. And these two teams are separated only by 1 point so far in this early season. There are injuries on both sides, yes, so there could potentially be some depth issues for both of these teams, which is why I'm going to go with the draw in this one, plus 238. I'm going to split it down the middle. I could potentially see a 1-1, 2-2 draw if we see a high scoring game, but I just don't see either side getting a win out of this one. Next up, we have a Texas Derby, guys. We have Houston hosting Austin. And Houston, I mean, they are the favorites at home. They are a decent team at the moment. Where are they? Here they are. They've lost only one of their last 6 games, but then Austin was pretty much the same. Lost only one of their last 6 games. They have 4 wins and a draw, and they're sitting much, much higher than Houston is in the standings right now. And when you look at head-to-head matchups, Austin is definitely prevailing here. And even though Houston has been very solid at home against Austin, they had a few losses as well. So this one could be very interesting, guys. Um, I don't know. I just couldn't make up my mind which side to take, which is why I decided to go with Austin team total over 4.5 quarters at plus 125. If you have the line over 4 quarters, I would take that because it gives you the safety of a push. I think they will either get 4 or 5 quarters or something like that. I don't think that they'll go much over 4.5, but I feel like they could get at least 5 in this game. Colorado and Seattle is the next matchup that we have in the MLS, guys. This one is on the West Coast. Well, not really on the West Coast. It's in the Western Conference, but it's more of a, well, you all know where Colorado is, I suppose. Seattle, they've gained a lot of momentum lately. They have 2 wins in their last 2 games. They've kept a couple of clean sheets. They beat Dallas. They beat Nashville. Well, Colorado at home is a very, very tough team to beat. They're scoring a lot of goals, but at the moment they're also conceding a lot of goals. So I don't think that they can keep a clean sheet, and neither can Seattle, in my opinion. Both teams score at -164. I'll be riding with that in this match. Minnesota and Vancouver are facing off in the next game, and these are two probably of the hottest teams so far this season. Minnesota, 2 wins, 2 draws, 0 losses at home. Vancouver, 2 wins, 2 draws, and 0 losses on the road. Vancouver actually surprisingly sitting at the top of the at the top of the table in the MLS with 20 points. They have a bunch of wins. They were able to beat Inter Miami in that CONCACAF Carabao Cup semifinal first leg earlier this week, 2-0. Now they have to go on the road to play against Minnesota, who are a very, very tough team to beat. Very solid defensively, scoring a lot of goals as well. And they're fairly healthy. Now I see that Ryan Gold is injured for Vancouver. Jaden Nelson as well. Laborda is out as well, and Adekugbe is out as well for Vancouver. Now the depth could potentially be a bit of an issue for Vancouver here, and since they play that midweek game, there definitely will be some rotation. So if I had to choose a side, I would lean towards Minnesota, to be honest. But then again, I'm not ready to just give up on Vancouver in their current form. So I decided to take Vancouver over 4.5 quarters at -112. In this one, we know them as a very offensive team. We know that they like to attack. They take a lot of shots, and with that, they do get a lot of corners as well. Inter Miami is hosting Dallas in the next one, guys, and this was going to be tough. Like I just said, Inter lost to Vancouver, and they're not that effective lately. They've scored only one goal in their last three games, and that was against Columbus on the road. They've scored against Inter Miami. They played only one home game in the past, and they lost that one 1-0. But Dallas, I mean, Dallas is not scoring a lot right now. They haven't scored in their last two games. They're not conceding a lot either. But I feel like Inter Miami will try to get back on the winning streak in this one. I don't think that Dallas will just roll over. I think that they can definitely score a goal here against this Inter's defense that it's just had a midweek game and they could potentially be a little bit tired. So I'm going with both teams to score in this one. The last two games, guys, that we have are being played in Los Angeles on Sunday evening, and the first one is between LAFC and St. Louis. Now, St. Louis tends to get one good game, then they drop off the map, concede a bunch of goals, lose a bunch of points, and that's exactly what's happening to them right now. LAFC is gaining momentum; they're playing well. They've always beaten St. Louis at home and they are playing pretty solid football right now. They are fairly healthy, while St. Louis is really not. So the way to go, in my opinion, here, guys, is to take LAFC to win in over 2.5 goals at plus 112. And the last pick of this video, everyone, is LA Galaxy and Portland. An interesting matchup on the West Coast, a bit of a derby going on. And Galaxy sitting dead last in the MLS. I mean, they had a horrible start to the season. Of course, there's still plenty of time for them to rise up, get that form going, get to those playoff spots. And I think everybody expects that from them, considering they won the title last season. But they have one draw and three losses at home so far this season, zero wins. They haven't beaten anyone in their last eight games, whilst Portland actually is playing a very good football right now, undefeated in their last, what, six games. They've scored a bunch of goals, kept a clean sheet or two, but they are conceding a lot of goals as well. And we've seen a lot of goals in this matchup in the past. Like over 2.5 have been hitting like crazy, over 3.5 halves have been hitting like crazy as well. And considering Galaxy's defense right now, I mean, I have to go with goals. I just can't rely on them, despite them being plus 102 favorites at home. I don't know why. It's just so weird seeing that. So over 3 goals, minus 127. I'm taking a risk of a push, definitely. But I could see this game going with four or more goals easily. So I'm taking over 3 goals. That's it for this MLS slate, guys. Thank you for joining me here. Good luck with all of your bets. Check out my preview picks. Check out our picks for the European football leagues that we have going on Saturday. Put some bets in, guys, and let's win some money together. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.